For my humanities project, I went to the Varsity Theater to watch The Scorched Trials. The characters of James Dashner's well-known trilogy are now returning to the big screen in the Maze Runner sequel, The Scorched Trials, directed by Wes Ball. Thomas, who's played by Dylan O'Brien, is the leader of a group of gladers who are no longer living in the maze but are now facing a desert environment filled with zombie-like creatures. Right away, we can suspect that the leader of their refuge should not be trusted, as Thomas finds a room full of motionless people in the basement. He discovers that they are still being followed and controlled by Wicked, and he grabs his friends and they decide to flee their sight. The teens lose a few members along the way as they are searching for the Right Arm, which is a group of people who live in the mountains and they believe will provide them with a safe haven. They arrive at the mountains, but when they get there, they find out that Teresa has abandoned them and called Wicked because she believes that helping Wicked find a cure for the disease is what she should do and what is right. Although some of the actors in this film have performed in winning motion pictures and series, such as Thomas Brody Sangster and Aidan Gillen of Game of Thrones, most of them do not yet demonstrate the maturity of adult film roles. For example, Dylan O'Brien's biggest role before The Maze Runner was as Tyler Posey's sidekick in the MTV show Teen Wolf. Despite their lack of age and experience, the entire cast has the ability to display the emotions of the serious scenarios in this movie while still providing their own unique flair. It seems as if the industry of filmmaking has grown with technology and its rapid pace at creating movies, which can be seen in The Scorched Trials, coming out only 1 year after the release of The Maze Runner. This, however, has not affected the quality of the film, as the makeup artwork on the cranks is frightening enough to scare you out of your seat, and the camera work that follows Thomas as he's climbing the mountains and skyscrapers makes it seem as if the viewer is climbing right alongside him. Most of the fans of the first film are going to be surprised to see that Teresa is now abandoning her group and Thomas in support of Wicked. Her and Thomas were seen as a dynamic duo since they came from similar backgrounds. However, Teresa is now becoming more of an individual. She demonstrates bravery and her morals by choosing to fight against Thomas instead of following him as she did in the previous film. Those who have not yet read the trilogy are left to wonder how this film and the next film will end. Maybe Thomas's fate will be similar to those of Tris from the Divergent series trilogy, or perhaps it will end in a good ending. As the stories of dystopian societies emerge as a popular genre of films, The Scorched Trials may be seen as a copycat of trilogies such as The Hunger Games and Divergent, or it may be seen as an inspiration for the new films that are soon to come. Whatever the case, the gripping storyline drags in viewers of all ages, and anyone should view this film despite their age, because the central conflict creates a moral debate which can apply to all ages.